Now, chicken breasts, badly cooked, can be a disaster. They can be dry and all those horrible things. But well cooked, they can be delicious. Now, in this case, you know, the problem is you've got a very thick part and a very thin part. So we're going to try and get the portions of chicken more or less the same. So I'm going to cut each chicken breast in about 4, 5, 6 pieces, depending on the size of the breast. Now here we've got 4 chicken breasts cut up, and we're going to season them with some chicken spice. And remember, with the spice bottles, once you've finished, just dial it back to the closed position and then you clip it back. Now, we've got a nice knob of butter in the pan, and the reason for the butter is twofold. It gives flavor, and secondly, it's your temperature indicator. The minute that butter starts browning slightly, you know that the pan is just right for the chicken to go in. Now we can put a little dash of olive oil in, and the chicken pieces. Now the reason why we've decided to demonstrate this recipe is because we get so many requests from working moms who say, I like to cook once a week and then to freeze things which I can take out of the freezer during the week. Now, if you cook a whole lot of these chicken breasts, but don't overload the pan, but cook a whole lot in one go, and then you can freeze them in smaller containers. And I'm going to show you how you can ring the changes with the same chicken breasts, and you can make a curry out of it, and so on and so forth. Right, now as soon as the chicken starts going white on the outsides and the underside is lightly browned, we can start turning the chicken pieces. Now remember, the biggest sin you can commit with chicken breasts is to overcook them. So don't go that route. To just test to make sure that the chicken is cooked through, just take one piece out, cut it through the thickest part, and can you see there's just a hint of pink in the middle. So that means by the time we've finished with it, it will be cooked to perfection. Now what we do now is we use the undiluted chicken stock. Pour it over there, and now we stir it around just so that we coat this chicken with that strong chicken concentrate. Gives the most wonderful, wonderful flavor. And here we have the very best chicken base that you can now use in a million different ways. Now let's start off by showing you how to make wraps. What we've done with the wraps, because they so often are very brittle and they break, if you just take a damp cloth and put the wrap between layers of a clean damp dishcloth and put it in the oven for a minute. So this is nicely warmed and it's very, very soft and pliable now. It's not going to break. Now, nice base for the wrap is to use some of our basil pesto. Then the chicken goes on. You can easily get 4 out of this. Doesn't matter which you put first, the tomato or the cheese, but let's season the tomato with a little bit of our green onion seasoning, and we can also season the avo with a green onion seasoning. The avo we can just slice into neat little slices. And Janet gave me a really good tip this morning. She says if immediately when you slice an avo, if you rinse it under cold water, then apparently you remove the enzymes that causes the browning. So we put a bit of tomato on there, put a bit of cheese on there, a lettuce leaf on. Can you see what a huge meal it has now suddenly become? And I mean, that really looks good, and it is seriously healthy. So all you do is fold up this side. As Dwayne says, our cameraman, this is a serious wrap. Now, just to keep it from opening up, give it a little peg, and I mean, that's a man-sized portion. Now, you can get 4 of that out quite easily, quite happily, out of 4 chicken breasts. Right, now here we've got our chicken breast starter again. It's got everything on it, the stock, the whole story. Now we've put some sliced mushrooms. You don't have to cook the mushrooms excessively. We just want to let their flavor develop a little bit. Now, in order to get that sauce quickly and easily, what we're doing is we're using the white sauce powder and 2 tablespoons. Just get sprinkled directly onto the chicken and the mushroom. Stir it in so that you don't get any lumps. You add 1 cup of milk. And here you will have one of the best chicken a la king recipes that you've ever made in 5 minutes flat. And because we haven't overcooked the mushrooms, you've still got, you know how mushrooms lose their moisture, but now here you've got nice substantial mushrooms. Right, now to give this dish a little bit of gravitas and smartness, we've put the rice into a little dariel mold, which was oiled well beforehand. So we get a neat little mold of rice. We can dish the chicken all around it. And let's put a little bit of rocket, just to give it a sprinkling of garlic pepper. And darling, supper has never been better. Right, now another variation is a curry variation. We're using the creamy curry sauce, which is a mild curry. And add your curry sauce to the basic chicken breast recipe. And that is how easy it is to make a curry. Not even 5 minutes. So here we've got some rice. We've steamed some basmati rice, and then we dish the curry up. Now obviously you can have all the regular sambals with it, tomato, banana, the usual thing. The cherry on the cake, a little bit of coriander pesto, which is really good with curry. Now, why on earth would one bother to pay a fortune in a restaurant for a dish that is so easy and so utterly delicious? Now we're going to do a lovely pasta variation on the theme. Here's our basic chicken again, and this is a stunning, stunning pasta sauce, a roasted red pepper pasta sauce, properly roasted peppers. Now, in our test kitchen, we firmly believe that you must boil pasta without seasoning on. When the pasta comes off, you've drained it now, put a bit of seasoning on, and you put some olive oil on that pasta at this stage. That'll keep the strands loose, and it will carry the flavor of the seasoning. Now we can dish a nice helping of pasta onto the plate. And here is our chicken in the roasted red pepper sauce. Touch of oregano. Those flavors will all work beautifully with the chicken. Oregano smells good. There you are. Chicken with pasta and a roasted red pepper sauce.